Hey, what's up guys? Today we are going to be reacting to some scary videos. Now, I'm kind of fucking ill. I'm going to the doctor's tomorrow. Fingers crossed I don't have AIDS, but you never know. These are some videos that my friends recommended that I watch and record for you guys to watch. It is almost 2 hours long. I ain't gonna lie to you guys, I ain't watching all that. But we'll watch a good bunch of it, see what you guys think, see what I think. You know, I've seen a few of these before. These videos are really good from I think it's Short Party Horror, these guys. But yeah, let's get right into it. The Catman, damn. Is he as bad as Catwoman?
Back in 2014, I experienced something I still can't explain. I was still living at home at the time as an only child. I didn't have many friends or any hobbies to speak of, so I spent most of my free time surfing the internet and looking for anything that could hold my attention. On the weekends, I would wait for my parents to leave the house. Then,
yo, Loki. Why does his dad look like fucking Joseph Stalin a little bit? Like that, like goofy ass mustache. Bro, it looks like Joseph Stalin if he never had them camps.
and like most teenagers, I would use the alone time to browse through more devious content.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What kind of devious content are we looking at here? Alright, because he's pulling a fucking strange face there. Am I about to see some Riley Reid's top 10 BBC videos? Like, chill, bro. I don't want to see all that.
On the night that this unexplainable thing happened, I was getting
Bro's
up to
tweaking.
the same thing I always did. When I was finally home alone, I closed my door and drew my curtains, turned the lights off, and grabbed a box of tissues from the bathroom.
What? He's even got the lotion, bro. Look at that. No way, bro. Nah, bro. Dog is tripping. He got the tissues and the lotion. Damn, bro.
In case I got a runny nose while I was watching.
Yeah. In case you got a runny nose. Yeah, buddy. What's the lotion for then? What's the lotion for?
I was finally able to watch now that nobody was around. My parents said they would be gone all night, so I knew I could stay at it for as long as I wanted. Of course, that meant that there were quite a few soiled and crumpled up tissues tossed into the bin. But after a couple hours,
crazy.
I was pretty much drained and bored of just watching stuff by myself like I did every weekend, and I was starting to wish I had someone to talk to. Unfortunately, as I mentioned earlier, I didn't have very many friends, and certainly nobody that I could call close. The handful of people I
Womp womp. Sounds like a skill issue in me. You need to stop gooning and go out and get some friends.
could think of to text never even read my messages. So rather than beg the people I sort of knew at the time to talk to me, I figured I'd have better luck with strangers. I had already known about Omegle for some time by then, mostly by watching YouTubers exploring all the different tags you can add to your search for new friends, but I'd never used it myself. I didn't have friends because of my social anxiety, and that bled over to video chatting too, which I wasn't super comfortable with in the beginning, especially since they were all strangers. But it was better than tossing tissues all night, and I figured there was no way I'd ever see any of the people I met more than once, let alone run into them in person, so I gave it a shot. Obviously, just like anyone else would see, my initial experience on Omegle was getting flooded by a bunch of creepy old men asking for my aid.
Yo, bro. It's Hillbilly Conquest, bro. I am so lonely. Martha, go get my goddamn shotgun. Bro, he's got them man titties as well, bro. Damn. He got those triple C's, bro. Fucking damn. That milk feed the fucking planet, bro.
All those guys, and it really.
Freddie Mercury. That's Freddie Mercury. That That has to be Freddie Mercury. Like, no way that is not Freddie Mercury. Damn.
Felt like I was trudging through an
I would not want to see that
endless
motherfucker in the dead of
But
night.
even when I found somebody who looked decent, I would get skipped by them. It was only
Oh.
my first time on Omegle, but if it was supposed to be a place where you could talk to people, then that night was not a good night for it. All the freaks and weirdos seemed to be out, and I was
Why don't you put that computer phone down and come kiss me on my hot mouth looking ass, bro? What is it with having... God damn. All of them have triple C's, bro. Like, damn! Makes me excited.
starting to lose hope that I would ever find anybody of interest. I thought about calling it quits, but then I felt like giving it just a few more tries. That's when I encountered the most unusual thing I'd seen all night. Whoever or whatever they were, someone or something, they were creepier than any run-of-the-mill offender
Whoa!
on Omegle. I was
What the fuck
immediately
is that?
so petrified by the image in front of me that I couldn't even click away from it. I just kept staring at the screen, trying to figure out what in the world I was looking at. I couldn't tell if
Have you guys ever seen, like watched, what is it, the Russian sleep experiment? That, like, picture of that starving guy that, is associated with the story. He kind of looks like that, and he kind of looks like, that monster at the end of, the Mandela Project, or it's the Mandela Catalogs. We need to watch that at some point, boys. Like, that shit would be fire. He got good pecs, though. He got good pecs, good delts. Damn. And I don't know, bro. I think you need to fix your eyes, though.
they were wearing some kind of mask or a bunch of weird makeup. They barely looked human, and if they were severely deranged. If I had to describe him, it looked like a male figure with deathly pale skin, dark, sunken-in eyes, and a strange, scraggly haircut, like they were halfway dead and
He's got that Professor Snape cut. Like, bro went into the barber and just went, yo, you ever seen Harry Potter? Yeah. Give me that Professor of the Dark Arts type cut. You know, I reckon that'll get all the huzz.
already starting to decompose. Then
Out of everything I expected him to do there, I did not expect him to start fucking meowing. I did not expect meow. Like, bro. Like, I would have preferred him to say something fucking at least creepy instead of just going meow. Like, bro. Chill, gang. Chill.
out of the blue, the man started meowing, like he thought he was some sort of cat man. It creeped me out, but I was still suspecting
yeah, this
that I was
story's called
getting
Catman.
pranked somehow, although I had no idea how any of this was supposed to be funny. Hello? What's up with you? Why don't you talk like a normal person? After I tried speaking to him, my computer screen started glitching out, and that's when the Catman jumped from his seat,
Whoa!
landing backwards on all fours like it was about to start spider walking in front of the camera like the possessed girl from The Exorcist. It happened so fast that I flinched and fell off my chair, but I continued to watch from the floor, completely awestruck. The Catman stared right into the camera.
Yo, I can't lie. He's fallen off his seat and he's like cowering on the floor, but like, Loki, the way to stop this, like the way to fix this, unplug the computer, bro. Unplug it. It'll all be gone. It's like cyberbullying. Like, I'm being cyberbullied and I don't know what to do. Turn off the computer. Like, that's what you gotta do. You gotta turn off that computer, go outside, read a book, play some football, you know, play some basketball, maybe play some baseball, bro. You know, everything ain't on the internet. Like, it's a good lesson. Like, your life does not revolve around the internet. And especially if people like this exist on the internet, bro, you do not want to be living on the internet.
Except his face was upside down now from the position he was in. He was still meowing too, which just added to the uneasy feeling that was building about this whole situation. I'd seen so many horror movies and it felt like any one of them could come true at any moment. I half expected him to crawl out through the screen and reap my soul. What the hell do you want? Why are you doing that? Do you think this is funny, sicko? He didn't seem to care about what I said, and if he did, I think it was only upsetting him, because it was then that his head began to twitch as he slowly.
That sound on the like the headset, that bum 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 bum. I'm right next to my door, and on like the landing outside of my door, it's all carpet, so it usually just sounds like, and like someone walks or runs across it. I thought someone was like right outside my door, bro. Damn, his head's about. I already know what's about to happen, but I actually thought someone was outside my door there, bro.
To the side until it was totally horizontal, all the while shrieking with one long meow, opening his mouth wider and wider to the point that it looked like he had inhumanly large set of jaws. What the hell is the matter with you? Stop meowing at me! I was horrified by whatever was about to happen next, but then the glitching in the screen got worse and uncontrollable, and eventually froze, locking up the whole computer and forcing it to crash. I breathed a deep sigh of relief that the computer shut its...
Why would you sigh with relief? Like, if that happened to me, I'm thinking, okay, now I'm gonna meet him in real life. Now I have to prepare I need to get the Glock 19, and I need to prep myself, bro. I'm setting up my house like it's a fortress, bro, like Home Alone style. He ain't breaking into my home. Like, watch it be now that he's like chilling in his home, and then just like out of nowhere, Bloodski runs up the stairs at him full force. Meow! Like, bro, chill, gang.
Self off. I was still dumbstruck in the darkness and sitting on the floor, so I have no idea how long I would have let that go on before I came to my senses and skipped that psycho. I eventually picked myself up and left my computer alone for the night, deciding to get some sleep and see if I couldn't forget the whole thing, or at least put some mental distance between me and it. It was difficult to get to sleep after being so shaken up, but I did get there after calming down for a little while. The next morning, things almost seemed alright. I could still vividly remember the strangeness of the Catman, his annoying meowing, corpse-like appearance, but other than that, everything seemed normal. That was, until I stood in front of the mirror before stepping into the shower and noticed the deep cat scratches all over my...
Damn, bro got Swiss cheesed. Who were you sleeping with, bro? Edward Scissorhands, like, damn.
my body.